Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Eva from Bohemian Crafting, and today I'm coming to share with you a romance or a love or Valentine's Day journal or a kind of like flip book. I'm guessing it will be journal because there will be journaling pages. So I print out one of my latest collections. This one I actually created just for Valentine. I wanted to have there something with love style. So I did also cover for this book, which I had in my head something easy. And then I realized it maybe will don't be easy if I will don't show what I had in my head. So this one, it's front cover. This is back cover, and in that collection are also the other side of the covers, like inside of the covers. If you do have printer which is making a double-sided print, my printer can do so, but I did use a 300 GSM cardstock, and that is very hard for my printer. It didn't went well, so I had to print out that double-sided print on light cardstock to have it. And I will probably glue them together. And because my printer screw up, so I'm gonna glue between those two layers, I'm gonna glue cheesecloth. I'm gonna make it a little bit more vintagey. So I do have front cover, back cover. I do have their spine for my book cover, and there is a lot of ephemeras. There are also pages which will be glued to that cover like flip outs. That's this one, and some ephemera around. This one on opposite side and ephemera around. This one on the flop flap, and again ephemera around. This one on the flop flap and ephemera around. And here I do have large images which can be used as decoration for these flip flop flops. These. So I do have there some amors and some music and this gorgeous lady and Valentine's polka with all kind of ephemeras and embellishments around. In this collection are also these gorgeous papers, and here I did double-sided print. I do have them, most of them I already fussy cut out because my printer is printing with that frame around. And I try to change it. It's not allowing me to change it to print on all sheet. So my printer is printing this white frame around. That's why I did fussy cut out these. I need to finish this one. And I did my double-sided print. And this is in that collection as well, these pages. And there is a page with poems for Valentine's or love poems. There is so many beautiful postcards, vintage postcards with love theme. And I will show you how you can put them together. There is so many pockets. And I did use like music instruments as a decoration because I think they do belongs to love. We all love to listen music when we are in love. So that's why there is this library pocket. There are 4 these small pockets. And then we have there those angle pockets and top corners or bottom corners here as well. And here as well. And one more time. And then that was all from that collection. There are also another pages. They are a little bit more soft. They are like really nicely soft. The part of that you can see here on those pockets and here in these corners. This is design of those other soft pages, but I didn't print them out. I don't want to have there in my journal so many pockets. I will have there so many pages, sorry. So many pages. So I print out just these, but there is, I think, bunch of another 8 pages, like double pages with softer design, where it will be much more comfortable to write on. These are a little bit darker, so some of them, like these, will be I think I will glue here some paper to make sure I can write on it. So that there will be also those soft pages. And then I print out my other two collections. One is with these beautiful couples images. And these I also used in that collection, so that's why I print them out. To kind of match it all together. And another one, it's with poems for Valentine or for love, for romance. It is so many beautiful poems on these cards. So I print out these cards as well. I will put links for all these images or for all these digital kits down below for those who are interested. And I'm gonna show you how you can put everything together, or how it was in my head how to put it together. You don't have to follow, but I want to show you what I meant with these side flaps. So I do have all my fussy cutting done. Done. I've got my cards. Look how big bunch of these. I've got my cards. I've got my journal pages. I did fussy cut out the cover and also my, those double prints to have that inside. So I do have the covers. I do have the spine, which will be here around. And I do have all these smaller images, which will go on my flaps here on these. And I do have all those pockets fussy cut out, including all those embellishments. I just left this large sheet with those small poems and quotes on the sheet. And also I did fussy cut out my postcards. And here I want to show you how you can cut them. So there are postcards which are on the sheet this way. Image and the back of the postcard, so you can fussy cut out just like this and keep it like an insert, or if you will put a glue here, so then just fold it over, glue it together, and you've got nice strong postcard. And that's with all of them, including these, which are placed next to each other on the sheet like this. So just cut between them, cut it around, and if you will keep it together, you can have booklet, or you can put a glue inside, put it together this way, and you will have nice, beautiful postcard. But I think I'm gonna keep them as booklets for writing. And we're gonna start to create our journal. And you don't have to use this kit if you don't want. You can create a journal in this style from any kind of paper you have, of course. Maybe there will be some good idea, hopefully. So, first what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prepare my cover. As my printer didn't want to print that back cover, this one, I mean. That double-sided print, and then I was lazy to put it there back again and somehow print it again. So I tried that double print. That's what I wanted to try. Is it possible to print it out with that double print where you don't have to, take off your paper and place it there again. So I wanted to try, and my printer did print it out on this 160 GSM card. I just wanted to try. So I'm gonna use this one as reinforcement for my cover, and I'm glad that it print out this way, that it's kind of sitting here. It's a little bit down from the edge, but it's kind of sitting. So before I will glue those two layers together, I'm gonna put between cheesecloth, because it's still paper, still paper. So I wanna reinforce it with some fabric, which will probably, hopefully, hold it for a longer time. I do have this beautiful 90 grade cheesecloth, which I am using in all my journals. Most of my journals where I am using cheesecloth, I am using this one because it's brilliant. I found it on Amazon, and this is what I've got left. It was like a big bunch. So I'm gonna cut the piece a little bit bigger Gonna take my glue, put a glue on that base, and place the cheesecloth over it. Like this. And help to spread the glue evenly, because you know, when I am applying by hand that glue, it doesn't spread evenly mostly. So I'm gonna help with this bone folder. Oops. To spread the glue. I'm gonna do same on that back cover. So I do have both these front and back sides done. I fussy cut out or cut out that cheesecloth around my cover in with about 1/4 of inch gap. And I'm gonna take now those inside prints. This will be here. This one will be here. But before... I mean here. But before I will glue it together, I think I'm gonna use in that back cover, I'm gonna use this image, and I wanna have it sewn all over of these 3 edges, so it will be like pocket from this side. So I'm gonna use my sewing machine and sew first on this print this beautiful image. So I do have that sewing effect all around, and from this side it will be like pocket. And before I will glue them together, I'm gonna also use this "All You Need Is Love" sign, which was right next to one of those pockets in that kit. And I'm gonna sew it here. This is back cover. These will be put together. So before I will put it together, I'm gonna make exactly same sewing effect, and I'm gonna place it on the bottom of my back cover somewhere here. So it's all done. I do have my sewing, and now I can put both pieces together. I'm gonna put a glue on that stronger piece, especially in the middle, because I will sew it all around both together. So I'm gonna put a glue especially in the middle and here in those flaps. The rest, I think it will be okay, because I will sew it all around, so that rest should be okay. Here and here. Take my inside, and now I'm gonna place these 2 cards together to match them nicely. Like this, and with my sewing machine and simple stitching this time, I will sew here all around, and then these flaps all around. So I do have my stitching done, and I'm gonna use tea dye distress ink. This is from Hinge. I just, you know, made the point of what this color. So I'm gonna use tea dyed distress ink, and I'm gonna distress all these edges with that distress ink. That will also show a little bit more that stitching. I'm not sure if you will see that, but I made zigzag stitching all around. Inside I made just simple stitching, and around I made zigzag stitching around those flaps. So I have distressed the edges. I'm gonna take a ruler, place a ruler on the edge of these corners, and fold over my ruler that flap. And with bone folder, I'm gonna kind of help to that bunch of papers to fold over that flap, over that ruler. And I'm gonna distress this one a little bit as well. Straight away. And I'm gonna do same here. And fold the flap over that ruler. With bone folder, I'm gonna kind of help to keep that shape. And distress it straight away. And same with that bottom flap. So I do have all folded, and I do have here these two pieces. I was thinking to use them on the top flap, this on the back cover, because it does have this tab outside, and I wanna have the tab outside of my book, maybe even visible a little bit with the part here. So this will be for my back cover, this will be on that front cover. And I've got here those two images, and I want to point them together or on each other, you know, with those love. What is this one? I knew the word of this sport weapon. I don't remember, but with those arrows, they are pointing on each other. So I would like to have these two flaps on the back cover and front cover, and use them also probably as a pocket, but from opposite side. So I'm gonna prepare that. First I'm gonna do some sewing all around, but before I will do actually sewing, I'm gonna, here, this one, I'm gonna use, this will be on back cover, and I'm gonna use it also as a pocket from this side. So on these three opposite sides, I'm gonna kind of draw about 1/4 of inch, maybe 3/8 of inch. That doesn't matter how far. There will be put a glue, and that inside will be my pocket. This will help me to measure how far I can go with decorations, because I would like to add there some small decorations. I've got few of cuts which I saved from Fussy Cut Out, all those images. So this I saved, and I would like to use it. I don't like to waste my paper, you know, and to use paper, like a new sheet of paper for some decorations. And some of these papers, okay, some of these papers I can, I do have a print from that back cover print, so I can use it as my decoration. And I think I'm gonna use this straight away. Which way I'm gonna use it? This way. I'm gonna cut off this one, fold it, and cut something like a duck. Maybe straight. That's a little bit better, okay. Straight and straight. It will be minimalistic. Okay, I do have something like tack. I'm gonna distress the edges. And let's say I would like to add this here on the bottom. So here I need to cut to make sure it will not going to my pocket. I'm gonna add their glue on the edge. And place it here. Yes. I'm gonna upload some of my stamps. So I do have stamps from Teresa Collins. These empowerment stamps. It's probably the name, I'm guessing. I do have these. I received these as a gift a long time ago. And these are My Mind's Eye, a Lost and Found number 3. Yeah, a Lost and Found number 3. Ruby stamps. And I do have here these 3 collections which I found on AliExpress. They are wonderful. I like especially those mixed, you know, all together, some ledger paper, flowers and numbers. That's amazing combination. So I'm gonna use some of these stamps and make some stamping on my small pieces. I think here from Teresa Collins, I'm gonna use this Loving, definitely. Big Dream. All these are amazing. So I'm gonna use that Loving and do my stamping. So I do have glued few tacks all around. And once I will place it here, it will look like this. And I wanna have there a little bit more decoration. I've got here this very old La Blanche stamp. I do have full pack of them, and I'm kind of forgetting to use them, and I love them so much. So I'm gonna use this beautiful stamp for white embossing ink stamping. I love that effect when you are using white embossing ink. It's such a gorgeous thing. Hopefully it will work here as well. So how I will place you? I think somewhere here. I do have here my white embossing powder, not ink. I said ink, but I meant embossing powder. It looks like it's there. So I do have that embossed effect, and I'm gonna do same here on that bottom red tab. So I do have that white stamping here on the bottom as well, and I did same in this corner and here on the bottom. So once this piece will be put on my paper, it will go all around as well. So now I can put a glue here, and I'm not going with the glue to the edges, because there I want to have that sewing, so I don't want to mess up with my sewing machine. And I'm gonna place this right here, I think a little bit down. Now I'm gonna take my sewing machine and I will sew here, here and here. This will be empty because there will be entry to my pocket. So I do have front and back flaps done, and for that opposite side I have pre-cut strip of paper 4 1/4 and in the leg of my flap, and again 4 1/4 and in the leg of that flap. It will be this way actually, and I rounded those corners here. I just placed that paper, you know, this shape I just placed on my paper, and with the scissors I rounded exactly same way, and then that opposite side. And I would like to create here the pockets, but before I will glue them on, I would like to create another pocket on the pockets. There is not enough pockets. So once it will be, this will be front cover actually. This will be back cover. So now we are working on back cover. So once it will be flipped up, the pocket will be from here and another pocket from here as well. So there is no, hopefully no issue that if you will flip it up, there will be something flying away. Hopefully not. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to to distress the edges, I think I'm gonna also kind of, with my scissors, because I don't have that professional tool for distressing the edges. I'm using all the time my scissors for that. I will add embossing effect probably here on these, like bottom pockets. I've got this beautiful strip. This is, I think, from Dari's embossing folders, if I do remember right. So not the edges where I do have rounded corners, but those opposite edges I'm gonna emboss first, and then I will sew this one as a pocket on it. So I do have that embossed effect. I love this one so much. I did that on the front, like for front cover pocket as well. And again, I did it on the straight side, not on the side where I rounded corners. Because once it will go up, I will have that pocket here. And this one here. So that embossed effect will be underneath. And same it will be here. When this will go up, I will have that pocket here. And this one on the top as another pocket. So that embossed effect will be there. So now I can sew my pieces. I'm gonna do sewing here, here, and here. Probably just straight stitch. And because I do have already some, tabs and things like that on this piece, I do not sew this pocket on it, but I would like to have there some stitching, so I will stitch it all around with the zigzag stitching. I mean, before I will glue it on this piece. So I do have my double pockets done. Front cover and the back cover. I'm gonna take a glue and glue them down. So I'm gonna put a glue just on the edge here, and I'm gonna place it on my pocket here. And part of that pocket will be hidden behind the flap, behind that flap, but I don't mind that much because here still will be quite lots of space for placing some goodies. So this one, and front will be same. So now I can take my back cover. I'm gonna put a glue here on the bottom. And I'm gonna place it on my flap. And I'm gonna match it with the edge of my flap with that fold here. So part of this tab will be peeking out. So I do have that flap, and before I will continue, I'm gonna punch the holes here and fix that the eyelets. So I'm using that 316 punch hole on my crocodile, one hole here, and I think because it's Valentine, I'm gonna add there these rose gold eyelets. And same on opposite side, like this. So it's secured and it's decorated with eyelets. Maybe we'll slide there some decoration later. Now I'm gonna prepare the flap here. So for a flap here, I'm gonna use this piece. And once it will be closed, I will see small part of that tab. I will see here. That's what I want. So first, I'm gonna make a position of my flap to make sure I can fit it in there, and I can fold this, and it's straight to the edge. I'm gonna put a glue on this flap, if I will have any glue. Oh, come on. Here, inside, and here on the bottom, and fold it over. and let it dry. And I'm gonna put their eyelets as well straight away. So one will be here and another will be here. So I think it's all dry. I'm gonna take one of these angle pockets, and here you already folded those folds, so I can just glue it down. I'm gonna take this one, and this will be for the front. So this will be just very easy way. You can add there some sewing if you want. So I'm gonna just put a glue on my flaps here, or those folds, and put a pocket right here. And on this bottom flap, I did first cut out these large envelopes. As you can see, I was lazy to cut my white frame, which my printer is printing out. I just left it there. So it gives me a little bit longer piece for folding inside. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip it this way. I think first I need to distress it. So I do have distress all edges, or at least these, which will maybe visible. So what I'm gonna do, I would like to have this be holding on this flap, and again I would like to use their eyelets, but I don't wanna punch the eyelets through to all bottom. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna glue this first on my flap here. So I'm gonna add the glue here on that flap, and also here on the bottom on the picture, and place it on the flap with a gap here on the bottom about 1/4 of inch. Kind of make it straight with this edge. Gonna try to fold this to have a look if it will be straight. Once I will glue it together. Yes, this way I'm guessing. So now I'm gonna flip it over. And I'm gonna add one eyelet here and one eyelet somewhere here. So I have fixed the eyelets here on that flap, and now I can fold these, put there a glue, and fold it over and glue it together. So that way I do have full access to that pocket, and those eyelets will be not on the way because they are behind that fold, which I just glued down. So we have pocket here, we have pocket here, we have pocket here, and also kind of like slide pocket here, and another slide pocket here. So that's my back cover done. There is so many pockets, and as you can see, I do have kind of like, because of these tabs, I do have interesting layers, and I do have part of this tab peeking out from my cover. So then, same way like we did that back cover, you're gonna create the front cover, attach the flaps. So once you have front cover and back cover prepared, it's time for spine. I added to my front cover also some opening and frame. I made tutorial for my Patreon for this one. If you are interested, it is on my Patreon. But I think you can add anything on the top cover and it will be beautiful. Now about the spine, as I do have here these papers and I still have some cards and the envelope, I would like to do there not just space for my papers where I will sew them inside, but also something where I will add this envelope and probably some other envelope, I will see. And definitely some of these cards. So for that, I'm gonna take that spine, which is included in this kit. I'm gonna make a position, place it on my scoring board. I'm gonna go 1/2 inch, first score line, then 1 inch, I mean 1/2 inch, 1.5 inch, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, 3 3/4, and 4 1/4. Yeah. So one more time, those score lines. It's 1/2 inch, 1.5 inch, 2, 2.5, yeah. 2 3/4, 3 1/4, 3 3/4, and 4 1/4. That's those score lines. Now fold first half score line this way. Then next score line again this way. The next score line opposite way. The next score line this way. The next score line this way as well. Next score line opposite way. Next score line this like up way. And the last score line this way as well. So if you will catch those two mountains and push them together, you should have 2 hinges with 1/4 inch between gap between them. Flip it over, take a glue, and to those points put a glue. And glue them together like this and here. So you will have base for your new spine with the hinges where you can fit envelopes and another tags. Now take your piece and you will need to choose some different paper or fabric or something you will wanna add from outside, what will be visible here. So I think I'm gonna take I'm gonna print out again that same paper. So I do have similar paper. I'm gonna put this smaller one on the top and I'm gonna draw where is the end of my paper. Cut it off and back both of them probably. Or one of them I'm gonna back with cheesecloth. So this I'm gonna fussy cut out. So I'm gonna take my prepared spine. I'm gonna put a glue on the back side and glue it to my to this cheesecloth and cut out the cheesecloth around with I think again that 1/4 inch gap all around. I mean with 1/4 inch edge all around, not gap. So I do have cheesecloth all around. Before I will glue those two pieces together, I'm gonna prepare the spot where I will put papers later on, which will be here where is that 1 inch. There I will have my papers. Oh no, I can't do it now. Not yet. Now I'm gonna prepare the hinge for the envelope. For this envelope, I wanted to say. Oh, mine. I'm gonna choose one of these, those hinges. And I think I'm gonna choose this one. I'm gonna slide it there. And cut inside of my envelope. In the angle. That hinge. And here. And cut that rest off. And from opposite side as well. Gonna take bone folder and press that rest to the cheesecloth and here as well. So I do have prepared hinge for my pocket, where I will glue later this pocket on it. And this one I think I'm gonna just I'll leave it there. I'm gonna cut a part from the edges because I wanna use sewing all around. So small part from the edges I'm gonna just take off, so around I can use my sewing machine. Now I'm gonna glue both these papers together, both those parts together. So I'm gonna put a glue on one, place the other one on it, and then with my sewing machine I'm gonna make sewing all around. So now I'm gonna with my sewing machine make sewing all around. So I do have prepared the spine for my journal, and I'm gonna prepare also that fitting for my pages. I've got here a strip of paper, one of these offcuts, which is same size like my papers are. I'm gonna fold it half, take my crocodile and punch the holes somewhere in the middle. And that will be sewing for my papers. I will sew just with two punched holes. I'm gonna place it on this 1 inch gap between this end and that this one, that hinge. So I'm gonna place there that strip of paper and draw the points where I will punch the hole and fit the eyelets. And I decided to add another 2 eyelets to that smaller part here to make it kind of, you know, more to make there more space for another papers if I will want to add them there. So now I'm gonna take front cover, and here I'm gonna use Uhu glue. Where is my spine? Oh, oops. I'm gonna fold this. I didn't see that. I'm gonna put a glue here inside of this fold. And also on that fold over there. So I'm gonna place the spine right here. I'm gonna take my back cover, place it down, and now I need to make right position. I'm gonna place that back cover over that top cover to make sure that this is matching and this is matching. Move it to the end of that fold here and fold it over. And let it dry, both of these sides. I need to put something very heavy on it to make sure it will get glued properly. So once the spine is nicely glued and it's holding together, I'm gonna open these sides, both of them, because those tabs are in the way, and I'm gonna go sewn in the middle here with my sewing machine, so it will be sewn to the cover as well, on both, on the front cover and on the back cover as well. So I added to this kind of like that hinge of my spine decorative stitching, and now it's time to fit my pages. I've got here that strip I used for punching the holes on the spine. I made 3 signatures for my journal. I'm gonna open these, put the paper on the fold and mark. I think I'm gonna fold it half to make sure I am in the fold, so it gets sit in my fold of the page. It's good just on one. Open it. Am I on the right spot? Yes, I am. And I'm gonna make a mark where I will punch the hole here and here. Same I will do with all 3 signatures. I'm gonna place it back and punch the hole through to my papers. I did print on 160 GSM heavy paper, so it's good to punch the holes through to those. On lighter paper there should be some reinforcement because those papers are you know, fragile, more fragile than this one. So I'm gonna punch the holes on all of my 3 signatures. I've got here 3 pieces of cord. They are about 20 inches long, and I'm gonna open the signature, slide my cord through the hole on one side and on another side as well, and same here through the eyelet, one and another one. And make a knot. So I'm gonna have this one here. I'm gonna take another one and through to those eyelets like this. And the third signature I'm gonna sew into those 2 eyelets. So I do have sewn my signatures inside. I'm gonna open it, and here I do have prepared that envelope. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that envelope here, put a glue on this flap or on that hinge, place that envelope right here, fold it over, like this. I'm gonna put glue on these flaps or folds here on my envelope and fold that over it and glue it down. Press nicely. And here I do have one more hinge, and I can add there some tags or pictures or frames. And that's actually done. Now that rest, I can choose any page and start to glue all these extra pieces, all those embellishments and cards, and make a pocket for my note cards. And it looks like this when it's decorated. I kind of went crazy, I guess. I didn't do shabby chic journal for many years, and with this collection it just got that way. So I added flowers, which I do have here for many years. Here and there I added butterflies and all kind of decorations. All those circles which are in the kit, I added to to those tags like topper, and then I punched the hole, and at the eyelet I used so many flowers and few those metal pieces as embellishments. This collection is just I guess too romantic even for me. I'm so surprised I went for those flowers. I'm not using flowers in my journals. And what I made, that is inspiration from Scrap That Word, from Tmika, from her channel, because she's making so many amazing swaps with ladies, and many times they do embellishments. And one of that idea from many years ago was making mini books like embellishment. So I made few of them for this journal. This is open, and then I do have few closed books. I think I missed already one. So here another, and I forgot to put here eyelet and the string or that cord. So just few embellishments here and there, but I really enjoyed that. I have to say, I really did enjoy it. Here is that closed book, and I did decorate it. Here you can see closed journal, mini journal as embellishment. And I also decorated pin or peg, wooden peg. That was so funny. So this is how it can looks like when it's decorated. I really didn't do. And here is another one, closed journal, mini journal. I really didn't do for many years, like shabby chic shabby chic journal, and I wanted to try. And here is, yeah, I did too. Here is another open with small bookmark like this. I think I will need to glue it down, not sure. So I didn't do for many years shabby chic. You know, it makes me smile when it's something not like my style all the time. I should put some decoration here. I didn't. Oh, look at me, I forgot last page. Okay, that will be for new owner, I guess. So this is my decorated journal, shabby chic. So I do hope you did enjoy this tutorial. I hope you found some inspiration. I need to find that space where from I took this one. I'm gonna put their eyelet and that cord. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Thank you so much for visiting me today. Have a beautiful day. Take care about yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.